You are listening to a pleasure podcast. For more from our sex podcast collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
Yesterday, I had a guy fixing my shower door, and he said, "Do you have any WD-40?" I said, "No, but I got Uber Lube."
No way.
So
You're using it to fix doors?
and it turns out it's his wife's birthday, so I gave him a brand new bottle of Uber
So you
Lube.
use the used one on the door?
Yeah, he used the used one on the door.
Oh my! Did he laugh at this?
And by the way, it is probably like 5 years expired.
Yes, we need to get some new Uber Lube. Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the most uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in,
Strap on.
and enjoy the ride. Sneaky freaks, we got a doozy for you today.
Well, the question that almost everybody answered.
Yes, we've never had a more popular question, and I guess it's very relatable.
And the question is, how do you deal with horniness?
How do you deal with horniness?
Those little red horns coming out all day long when you're trying to get some work done and
What-
you're feeling like, man, I'm horny.
What do you do in that situation, Mother?
What do I throw me under the bus there and to answer that question right away?
That's right.
Well, it depends on where I am.
Okay. Assume you're at home.
I'm at home. I'm like, I just turn on a little check glory hole.
Check glory hole comes back in action.
The check glory hole porn. I check it out. I get a little horny. I got a couple interesting tools to help me out. Bing, bang, boom. It could be done in 5 minutes.
No way.
Yep. I know you have to. It has to be a major production.
No, it doesn't need to be a major production. I won't listen to it usually.
You won't listen to your horniness. What about
No.
when you were like making garbanzo beans that time?
No, that was to check out a product.
Oh, that was for
That
research.
was when I was researching the fleshlight and I was trying to heat it up as I was multitasking.
So the answer to the question for you is, what do you do with horniness? I just don't do it.
No. I'll wait later, usually so that it's later at night.
So you're just ready to burst.
So I'm ready to burst. And usually at that point it's already dissipated. But it's I think I get hornier when I get tired.
Because you're relaxed. 100%.
No, I think it's a way of distracting me from work or some shit like that.
When you're going to sleep, you're going to work.
No. I don't get. Usually I don't get just horny before bed. I don't know. I usually if I'm getting horny by myself, it means something is wrong.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It means something wrong if
It
you
means
get
that
horny?
I'm getting run down or I'm sick
No,
or
it's
I'm
a
trying to
normal-
avoid something. It's an escape for me in those situations. If I'm with someone and then I start getting, that's quite natural for me. It's an indicator that I like this person. But usually I found that it's typically when I'm trying to avoid doing work or some shit that I start getting horny. And then if I actually do jerk off and I come, I fucking can't work for the next 8 hours.
What do you do then? You just go to sleep?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
jeez.
call the whole day off. So that's why I got to wait till later on at night.
All right.
Anyway, so what do you guys do? What do you sneaky freaks do when you get all with your horniness?
We got so many responses to this. It is crazy.
We got one person who says, send multiple "hey, you up" messages to exes or previous hookups. By the fourth fuck off creep, I'm no longer horny, just sad. Problem solved.
Oh, you know what's funny? When I was single,
Mm-hmm.
in between when your father passed away and when I met Dee's, I asked some of the guys that I was with, what do they do
Yeah.
if they get horny during the day?
Yeah.
And I remember one guy said he thinks about his second grade teacher who is not very good looking.
What is he doing?
He's thinking
Just trying
about
to put his mind on something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. You think it's the
It's
most
second grade.
heinous thing.
Yeah.
What do you think about your second grade teacher, Mrs. Storman?
You gonna throw Mrs. Storman on the bus
Yes.
right now? I'm not gonna get into Mrs.
She
She's a
always, you were
sweetheart.
her favorite.
Was I?
Yeah, she loved you.
Yeah, she didn't.
But she was not exactly, what do you call a looker?
She's a sweet woman. You know, I didn't need to have a sexual relationship with her.
Who said you had a sexual relationship?
I'm just saying you're making it sound
No,
like
I'm saying you could use that as a reason that not to, say you're horny during the day and you don't want to succumb to your horniness.
I'm not gonna think about Mrs. Storman. Anyway, why do you bring up Mrs. Storman right now?
I don't know. I just thought about the guy saying to me he thinks about his second grade teacher, and I remember your second grade teacher.
No. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, moving along. This actually, I found this question originally on Reddit.
Oh, really?
So someone responded to this guy's answer saying, look at this guy humble bragging about having slept with at least 4 other people.
Humble bragging there.
You see? Because he was saying by the 4th fuck off creep, I'm no longer horny, just sad, problem solved. Do you get the joke?
I do.
It's internet jokes, mother.
Oh, okay.
There was a whole...
It kind of did go a little boop.
I had a feeling. There's look at all these messages related to... Someone just posted a meme of someone choking an actual chicken.
Yeah.
And then all the Redditors got in a whole fucking...
Oh, the whole bird thing. You strangle a cock, you assault of a bird,
You
pound a
partridge.
Pound a partridge.
Cream pie the magpie.
Oh my God, strudel the noodle.
What is that? One's not really bird related.
Tussle with a tit? What is tussle with a tit willow? Like that bird, a tit willow.
Really?
Yeah, I guess.
These are all different people chiming in.
Budgie.
Beat the budgie.
Throttle the tui.
Kill the kiwi.
Kill the kiwi.
The little kiwi bird.
Kiwi bird.
Yeah, I like all those choking the chicken. People love their own... these are all different people that...
Why are you so fascinated by that? All the bird references.
Why did they all know these?
Everybody's having fun.
Everyone's having fun. Another person said, I start thinking about my problems and it usually goes away. That's a pretty good one.
Thinking about your problem. I think people responded, our sneaky freaks responded very similarly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should we go to their...
yeah, let's go to theirs.
Okay. We had
one.
Another Redditor I thought was pretty good.
Well, how about this one? 99 problems, but my dick ain't one.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It was in reference to, first of all, that song.
I know that song, Cam.
Okay, well then he's saying, I start thinking about my problems and it usually goes away. He says 99 problems, my dick ain't one. It's not the smartest.
He's trying to brag about his dick.
Let's go to the sneaky freaks. How about that? You sneaky freaks, we asked you, how do you deal with your horniness? And here's what you said. Carlos said, porn and rub one out. LOL.
Sounds like me, Carlos.
It's a quick one. Quick draw. Next one was
Why do you have to always have yours being a long drawn out thing? Why can't it just be quick?
I don't have to. It doesn't have to be a long drawn out thing. Although I've noticed it's more enjoyable if it is.
Well, I'm just saying, but you're by yourself.
Yeah, still
more enjoyable if you draw.
Yeah.
How long is the session that you're talking?
Oh, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, nothing. No, are you kidding? When I'm by myself, no, very
Why
short.
are you frowning?
Because I'm not romancing myself usually in those situations.
Romancing yourself? Are you looking at porn?
Sometimes I do romance myself when I'm like cooking or something. I'll put on a nice like a light or something, like maybe a little mood music while I'm cooking. I'll bring out some nice plates to plate the food on.
And then you stick your dick out and
then
start
there's nothing
whacking
related
up.
to my dick in that situation.
Well, what are you bringing this up then? We're talking about...
Because I was thinking I don't really romance myself when I'm jerking off, but I do romance myself when I'm cooking sometimes.
That's so sweet. I'm so glad you brought that up in the middle of this whole thing. Anyway, go on.
Jay says, Dr. John Kellogg developed a cure for horniness. Plain cereals... including cornflakes, which he believed would dampen sinful desires for sex and masturbation. He partnered with his brother Will, who founded the Kellogg Company and added sugar to the recipe. Dr. John Kellogg renounced this recipe, and the brothers were embroiled in a feud for decades. A giant cock is now on every box of Kellogg's cornflakes.
I never knew this, but that's interesting. Thank you for sharing that little bit of information.
You think this is real?
Dr. John Kellogg, yes.
No way is this real. Should we look this up? Is this
no? You know
like
what?
This is a
I did want to
situation.
say that Mom's News brings up something similar.
What? You want to get into that?
Yeah, Mom's News is.
You're gonna cut to Mom's News right now?
Yeah, we'll go back to. We'll go. No, we can wait till. We can wait.
Oh my God, you're unbelievable. I think the gist of the story is accurate, says ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why does he know that
He
little?
was a devout Seventh-day Adventist and believed sexual activity was unhealthy and immoral.
So he made some cornflakes.
He promoted a bland diet as a way to reduce sexual urges.
Who would want that?
Seventh-day Adventists.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Well, that just deflated my bubble.
You don't think you get so aroused when you eat cornflakes?
I've never thought about it. I
Well-
don't think I'll ever eat cornflakes again. I don't need any kind of.
His brother Will was a horny little fuck, and he
So-
added the sugar, and that got everyone going.
Oh, I can see the sugar. Yeah, definitely.
How about James? James said, "Oh my God,
This James
this is a long one,
this-
James.
James. This
Jesus."
I mean, this one is a couple pages. We may not be able to get to all of this.
All right, let's try a couple of them.
Okay.
Satisfying your horniness is proportional to the method needed. For example, you need some random sexy beast in your day-to-day routine simply requires a bit off internet search and Uber lube. Oh, Uber lube to save the day.
Uber lube to save the day. Our favorite lube.
Our
Uber lube.
favorite lube, Uber lube. They're lubricating this conversation, by
You
the
know,
way.
it's funny that you say that because I was just at a show with some friends of mine,
Okay.
actually friends of your sister, and guess what?
Huh.
She
Why are you offering Uber lube at the intermission of every show?
and apparently I had a couple samples with me, and I gave it. She was upset because I didn't offer it this last show.
You're unbelievable.
Anyway,
Well, this is a good time to mention that Uber Lube is offering our Sneaky Freak listeners 10% off and free shipping when you use promo code SNEAKY at uberlube.com. And it is the best lube we got.
Sneaky, SNEAKY.
Why do you like Uber Lube?
Well, actually, yesterday I had a guy fixing my shower door, and he said, "Do you have any WD-40?" I said, "No, but I got Uber Lube."
No way.
So
You're using it to fix doors?
and it turns out it's his wife's birthday, so I gave him a brand new bottle of Uber
So you
Lube.
use the used one on the door?
Yeah, he used the used one on the door.
Oh my! Did he laugh at this?
And by the way, it is probably like 5 years expired.
Yes, we need to get some new Uber Lube. But it is the best lube because it uses only high-grade silicone and little vitamin E, which are body-friendly, long-lasting ingredients.
Perfect for oral, anal, and vaginal penetration.
I mean, dermatologists recommend it as their go-to lube because it doesn't screw up your pH balance like most other lubes do.
Yes, and women out there that are experiencing dryness, or men out there that just want to use it to whack off, this is your brand of lube that you don't want to miss.
And also,
Uber Lube.
the people behind Uber Lube are wonderful.
I'm glad you like them.
Yeah, I do love them. And thank you for sponsoring this podcast, Uber Lube. All right, back to the show. Well, one more time, 10% off and free shipping. Just go to uberlube.com and use promo code SNEAKY. Okay, so James was continuing on. He gave us he basically made a whole scale of the extremes, this extreme things you can do to prevent yourself from or how to deal with your horniness.
It's a long one.
He goes, once the progressive descent to the bottom finally hits you, you get to the point of undeniable bone-jumping psychosis territory.
Oh my God.
So strong that this psychosis will cause unusual effects. For example, if you look down and see your wife's toes curled up like the Wicked Witch after the house fell on her, well, that's due to not getting those nylons off after a few minutes of going at it. If you think that rope burn is bad, well, you haven't felt shit until your wife jumps you in a psychotic state like that. Hot as fuck, but the dick will never be the same. He's quite a writer.
He's a writer, all
Going
right.
on and on.
All right.
Moving
Thank
quite
you,
along.
dear James.
Thank you, James. Lisa, in response to how do you deal with the horniness, responded, you want to read Lisa's?
Sure. I'm going to approach my partner. If that's not an option, I'm going to take care of business.
She gets
Lisa,
done.
Lisa, you're my girl.
She's always your girl. Would you approach your partner, though?
Of course. What do you mean? I can approach it.
You would rather involve him if you can?
No. I'm just saying if I was in the mood for sex, I would go up and say I'm horny.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I necessarily,
Not always.
as Nina Hartley says, there's daily dick and special occasion cock.
Oh, okay. You haven't used that in the last 2 episodes. Okay, this is from Anonymous. So don't say the name, please.
Okay.
Every time. Anonymous. I've recently started bringing a wearable vibrator with me to make sitting in traffic more interesting. LOL. It has a remote to change the settings. I'm just sitting there for an hour anyway. No one can tell, so why not?
I love that.
Are you fucking kidding me, Anonymous?
It is a very good idea.
She's using a little panty vibrator?
You know what would be even better than that?
What?
If we use that electric toothbrush.
Well, I think the whole thing here is that this person is just driving along.
She's driving
hands-free.
and you know what's going on down there.
Is that wild?
Well,
You never know what's happening on the road.
It's very creative.
You think that's dangerous to drive and you having orgasms while you're
yeah,
driving?
can you imagine if you're like, and there's on a sudden stop and there goes the vibrator flying up? And oh my God, that would be terrible.
A vibrator flying out. By the way, that reminds me of one of the clips I wanted to bring up. This video had me dying. If you're on Spotify or YouTube, you can watch it with us.
I had my first 5 orgasms, and they've never stopped.
Dale has been unable to work since the accident and is mostly housebound through fear of experiencing an episode in public, but he enjoys playing frisbee golf with his closest friends.
Oh my God, glad to hear that. He's so horny, he can't. Oh my God.
He's orgasming on the
They
frisbee
happen
course.
at all times in any situation.
He's
They happen
doubled
when I'm
over.
awake, they happen when I'm asleep. They happen in the shower.
Oh, I feel so bad for this guy.
I just had 9 rather
Oh my God. Well,
powerful-
Can you fucking believe this guy?
that sucks.
He's having an orgasm. He has an accident of some sort, and now he can't stop having orgasms in different places.
I mean, how does this happen to us? I mean, it's like a neurological condition of some sort.
Could you imagine that, though?
What, that all of a sudden you're just coming all the time?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's so dissimilar to how I live. But
That's so dissimilar.
I am regularly coming, well, when I have a partner and I'm engaged in
No,
sex,
you
but-
just said before when you're making garbanzo beans or whatever.
Well, this is unbelievable. I couldn't get over watching this.
I know you sent it to me. I was like, why is he sending me this stuff?
What, you don't like that?
I liked it. I thought it was just
You don't think it
interesting.
was related to
I don't
the
know
show?
how you came to it.
You should see my fucking my feed is full of sex shit because of this business. Anyway, that might as well have been anonymous on the frisbee golf course
Exactly.
with the wearable vibrator. Unreal. Thank you for sharing that, anonymous. That's hilarious. Tracy says, I just whip out the good old vibrator and have at it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Making it happen. Dakota says, hit my wife up, and if I can't, I try to distract myself from the depression I feel when my body and soul are missing hers, and that the best way for me to connect with her.
I thought that was sweet, but it was also like, it's a little heavy duty.
Body and soul is connected. They can't connect.
And then he loses his desire.
Then the desire goes away. Mackenzie says, I take my antidepressant.
Yeah, antidepressants, they do a number on your horniness.
It will make you a lot less horny.
Yes, they do.
Denise says, I found the best way to deal with horniness is to masturbate. If I need inspiration, I look to Reddit. Oh, wow.
Well, you're not the only one on Reddit.
This is a 51-year-old on Reddit. How do you like that?
Well, you got discrimination against
I'm just saying that she's
women-
pretty advanced for her age. I don't think there's a lot of 51-year-olds.
Advanced
You're
for
not.
her-
You're not on Reddit all the time looking for horny shit. Are you looking for horny shit on Reddit?
No, I usually go to
Oh no.
my favorite porn sites.
Oh no. You're not going to say it.
No, I'm not going to say it.
We've talked about it before.
I just say that I would go there over Reddit.
Okay. I don't need to know about your favorite porn site. You feel free to not. Shane. First response from Shane.
Well,
Shane says, well, first, once I'm turned on, I try to keep it going for a while. Look at some of my lady friends' pics she has sent randomly throughout the day. Yes, even at work. Then after dealing with it all day, I go to her place or mine and have a very nice ending to the day. Also, this podcast kept me entertained and thinking on a long drive to Alabama from Pennsylvania. Oh, thank you, Shane.
that's very nice.
I'm glad that this is keeping you entertained and awake and alert on the road. And that sounds wonderful. They get these freaky little texts during the day,
Little pictures.
little pics, and then at night have it resolved. It's fun.
Okay.
I would love that if I don't have that.
Here we go. Megan, the blue-haired girl says
No, it's not blue-haired.
Oh, well, wrong Megan. Megan says by fucking or masturbating. How else?
It's pretty.
She did.
That's pretty logical,
Very
actually.
succinct.
Very succinct. Yeah. There's not so many other ways to get rid of the horny. I think you can sit quietly, meditate a little bit. It'll go away.
Oh, my God.
It will. Or working. Pretty much distracting yourself.
Why can't you just spend 5 minutes and just do
No,
it?
I told you, you get very exhausted afterwards. Aren't you exhausted afterwards?
No.
What do you mean no?
Why would I be so tired? What am I doing? Some heavy duty lifting?
It's
I
exhausting.
think you have these hormones coursing through your body.
Coursing?
Coursing through your body. You have some hormones coursing.
You got hormones coursing.
What is
Al says, go see my neighbor friend who is always as horny as me. Al, you got
that's
a good situation going on over
Very
there.
good suggestion.
You find a neighbor.
We got Cassie here.
If you find a neighbor who that's the same building as you or something like that's my goal.
No, you don't want to do that because what happens if you break up? Then you're stuck living next to this horny girl that you don't want to be with anymore. Every time you see her, you get horny.
Yeah, what if you or you start hooking up with someone else?
Yeah,
but it would be really convenient.
You don't
if
shit where you eat.
If it's a chill situation, but you never know if it's going to be a really chill situation.
You don't shit where you eat.
You love that so much. You're smiling. You love that quote?
I think that quote works.
Okay, you don't shit with your eating.
I never recommend having sex with someone in the workplace or in the apartment. You don't want to lose either one of those.
Here we go. We got a audio message. You ready for this?
Yeah.
From Cassie.
Hey y'all. Being the mother of a small child and taking antidepressants, this doesn't always happen to me, and when it does, it is a welcome occurrence. So I generally play into it, listen to a spicy audiobook, watch a fun, spicy show, maybe have a sensual shower, put on something that feels nice, and just really enjoy it. Play into it, drop into a place that feels sensual and sexy.
Nice.
This is brilliant, actually. She is reminding us to be grateful for our horniness. It is a natural human occurrence, and it's one that doesn't always happen.
You're the one who came up with all these excuses why
No.
you shouldn't be doing it until right? What?
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it will screw up my day if I just start jerking off in the middle of the day anytime I get horny. We are just in different spots, I guess.
I guess.
But I should be grateful every time that does happen to me. Anyway, Doug says, masturbating. Signed, Doug in Evanston. Thank you, Doug in Evanston. Oh, we got Mike who says, how do you deal with horniness? Suck it up because I'm in chastity and loyal to my key holder.
I thought that was interesting.
Very interesting. He's
So
got
I
a
never
cage
thought
around
about
that.
that.
Little dick.
You not only cannot have sex with anybody else, but you can't even have sex with yourself.
Yes, exactly. Brian says, I call Rita and Lucy, a.k.a. right and left hand.
There you go. That's very funny too.
All right. And of course, we got Deez who says, porn and fleshlights. Porn with 20 exclamation points. Thank you, Deez, for that.
Actually, Mom's News is very relevant to this.
You want to end with Mother's News? Mother's News?
Mom's
Mom's
News.
News. Mom's News. Mom's News. Mom's News is the segment of the show where my mother shares some earth-shattering, groundbreaking, need-to-know info. What do we got this week, Mother?
It's from Listverse.
What do we got?
Okay, this story is not exactly about Viagra, but it's still one that shows the lengths men go in order to get an erection. In Nepal, people living in remote areas don't exactly have access to a pharmacy around the corner. They know the existence of drugs like Viagra that will help with erectile dysfunction, but they can't buy it. So they have it all figured out. Their own natural remedy to do the trick is extremely rare fungus called Yarsamagumba that grows on dead caterpillars.
What?
For some
A
ungodly
fungus
reason.
called Yarsagumba that grows on
Yarsagumba.
dead caterpillars?
It says for some ungodly reason, someone decided to eat one of these things and it gave them massive results, which earned Yarmisagumba, the nickname Himalaya Viagra.
No way.
Oh, it gets worse. After realizing that they could eat Yarmisagumba to help having sex with their wives, men began foraging to stock up their supplies. And in 2011, two rival groups of foragers came face to face, and they began to fight over the Yarmisagumba. One gang was larger than the other, so 19 men beat and killed 7 men from their neighboring villages. The murderers were prosecuted for their crimes.
No freaking way.
Himalayan Viagra, baby.
No way. Sir, this is blowing my mind. The whole thing. How they discovered this type of...
Isn't that nuts? Only in Mom's News you get this kind of quality information.
I'm giving you a high five for that great-ass Mom's News.
Never
Phenomenal
really,
Mom's News.
This happens once every 3 or 4 years.
No, it was a great Mom's News. It came with a story, some fact. Where did you get this information from?
It's called...
And it even came from NBCnews.com, which is way better than our typical news sources.
What are you, a snob?
NBC.com, NBC News.
If you scroll up a little bit, you'll see that that's not where I got my information. I got my information from...
Oh, you got it from listverse.com.
Listverse.com.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in and for giving us your feedback on what you do and how you handle your horniness.
Yeah. I mean, I never expected when we threw that question out there that we'd get the kind of response we got.
I had no idea.
It's really amazing. But I guess people have different ways of dealing with it.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys are little freaks and doing it all over the place in cars. And
you're little sneaky freaks. We want to thank our Patreon members, patreon.com/Sex Talk with My Mom is where you can support us financially. And all of you patrons really help us by keeping our lights on over here. So thank you so, so much.
And if you ever see a place to leave a rating and review, please leave us a rating and review of 5 stars or more.
That's true.
And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the Himalayan Viagra.
Oh, on a roll.
We love you guys.
Love you.
Join us on Patreon, Patreon.
Bye.
Love you.